Race was not a factor in this case. I'd like to know where these protesters are every day in Chicago when you have thousands over the years of black men killing other black men. Where the defense knew that they tried to go down that road, the judge would have shut them down because race was not a factor in this case. I'd like to know where these protesters are every day in Chicago when you have thousands over the years of black men killing other black men. Where are they calling for justice in those cases? They're not. And so they're trying to monetize the tragedy of one boy killing another boy. If this was two white dudes getting in a fight and one died, or two black dudes, this wouldn't even been on your channel or any other news channel.
I think that's a really valid point. And
the family, that shooting happened. Well, according to the family, that shooting happened right here after an argument broke out over a parking spot. The family calling this a senseless act of violence, saying their father was a good man who didn't deserve to die. Tonight, the family of Jerry Fulton is grieving after an argument over a parking spot turned deadly. Jerry Fulton Andrews says he was nearby when he heard the gunshots coming from Magnolia Street.
I lived down the street. I heard a gunshot on the phone with my mom. I said, well, somebody must have got shot.
He says he rushed to the scene barefoot, where he found chaos unfolding and his father lying on the sidewalk. He says instead of treating him for the gunshot, police placed his dad in the backseat of a parked patrol car, detaining him and his siblings who tried to help.
I came over here, I lost my mind. I seen him in the back of a car. Nobody near him, nobody touching, nobody checking his pulse.
He believes the delay in medical care contributed to his dad later being pronounced dead at the hospital. Investigators say the violence stemmed from an argument over a parking spot. The family tells me Fulton was at a friend's house around 7 o'clock Wednesday evening when an altercation broke out between him and a neighbor. The family says Fulton tried to walk away before he was shot.
Senseless murders over a parking spot that now 1, 2, 3, 7, even his grandchildren, we all got to grieve over something that could be avoided. It's a parking spot.
Chad Andrews Fulton says the loss has been devastating. His dad was a father of 7 and a beloved member of the community. The family is now focused on supporting each other as the investigation continues.
We just trying to get together as a family and trying to get through this time together. We got a lot of trust in God, a lot of faith in God.
Police say at this point no charges have been filed, but the shooter, a 26-year-old man, is in custody. Homicide detectives are investigating. In Germantown, Kelsey Kushner, NBC 10 News.
Penn State student Billy Schmidt. That family is now talking in an interview with Fox News. He was 22 years old. He was a senior, shot and killed near his home in Philadelphia. Police still searching for suspects. CB Cotton has more on that as we get a bit more evidence. CB, good morning.
Hey, Bill, good morning. So investigators say Billy Schmidt was gunned down by 2 suspects trying to rob him. Schmidt's family is now pleading with the public for answers.
Clean the city up to stop the violence. I mean, this can't happen every day.
They deserve to spend the rest of their lives in jail for taking away my brother. And I don't think no one will ever understand this pain that they have caused. They are animals for doing that to him. He was unarmed. And all this for a phone. It just doesn't even make sense.
You could feel her heartbreak there. So Billy's father says his son left a neighborhood bar on Saturday and was only 50 feet from their home when he was approached by 2 men who stole Billy's phone. Surveillance videos from neighbors captured the verbal confrontation. You can see 2 hooded suspects pacing on the sidewalk. Billy can be heard demanding for the suspects to return the phone, and then he chases after them. Another surveillance video shows a different angle. You can see there a suspect in a black hoodie pointing a gun. We've frozen the clip the moment the gun was fired. The district attorney's office says officers have recovered a spent shell casing and continue to canvass the area. Billy's father says he found his son's phone shortly after the shooting, and now investigators are looking into whether it could hold a key piece of evidence.
They have a print on the phone, but they don't know if it's mine, Billy's, or the person who threw it. But they're trying to get DNA off the phone, and they took video cams from a lot of neighbors.
Billy was a senior studying digital journalism and media at Penn State. The city of Philadelphia is offering a $20,000 reward for any information that leads to an arrest and conviction. A vigil in Billy's honor is scheduled for tomorrow.
Wow. In connection with the deadly beating of... Well, a suspect has now been charged in connection with the deadly beating of a woman in North Philadelphia. We have just learned that DeJuan Lewis was arrested by police yesterday. The victim, a 45-year-old mother named Keisha Farlow, was attacked with a brick Sunday morning in this alleyway on North 24th Street. Lewis is now charged with murder and robbery.
We have learned police are making progress in the murder of a 22-year-old Billy Schmidt. The Penn State student was killed during a robbery in South Philadelphia, and tonight, dozens of friends and family, they gathered to honor his memory. Action News reporter Brianna Smith now with the story.
Philadelphia police are making progress in this investigation. Sources tell us a juvenile is being questioned. Meanwhile, a memorial continues to grow for Billy Schmidt, where loved ones say he tragically and senselessly lost his life.
I just hope he's looking down to see us with how much everyone loves him.
Hundreds of family, friends, and local leaders filled a South Philadelphia neighborhood on Thursday night to honor 22-year-old Billy Schmidt.
Always had a kind word about everybody, never said anything bad, and that's why it's more so shocking of what occurred.
Philadelphia police say the Penn State senior was shot and killed in an apparent robbery on the 1900 block of Durford Street early Saturday morning. Police released these images of the suspects.
You're going to be caught. It's just a matter of time.
Sources tell Action News evidence from a separate robbery may help police connect the dots on who was involved in Schmidt's murder.
Billy Schmidt is everybody's son. You know why? Because he's an innocent victim. It could have been any of our children.
Loved ones gathered on the corner of 20th and Durford Streets with their signs, candles, and unwavering love and support. Friends say the huge turnout speaks volumes about who Schmidt was as a person.
He was a kid that would talk to everyone, and nobody was too cool for Billy.
The legacy he leaves behind.
You have left a lasting impact on everyone you have ever spoken to. Bill's legacy is unmatched, something for all of us to rise to.
And one of the greatest lessons he taught the community.
Don't take anybody for granted. And it said a lot, but you don't know how much you love them until they're actually gone. And we love you, Billy, and we're going to miss you forever, and we'll never let anybody forget about you.
Schmidt will be laid to rest on Tuesday. Now, police say if you have any information about the suspects, you're asked to contact police. A $20,000 reward is being offered for tips leading to an arrest and conviction. In South Philadelphia, Brianna Smith, Channel 6 Action News.
Son so much. I miss him so much. He was everything to us.
Florence Edwards is mourning the loss of her son, Larte Solomon. He was a registered nurse at Kindred Hospital in San Leandro. His life cut short on May 31st. Mom says her son and his friend were walking to a parking lot in downtown Oakland after leaving a club around 2:45 a.m. when a man approached Larte and complimented him on a chain he was wearing.
This man approached them again and said, "Give me your chain." And my son said, "You can have it. You can have it." He was ready to take off everything.
Larte's friend told Mom he had gone ahead towards his parked car when he heard gunshots.
Why did he kill my son? He could have just robbed him and just leave him alone.
Several days later, police arrested 39-year-old Chikori Daniels of Vallejo. They say they used license plate readers to track the suspect's car and also found shell casings linked to him. He now faces murder and other felony charges and is being held without bail. The suspect has a previous criminal history, including a physical confrontation with Fremont police in 2018. A devastated family now wanting Larte to be remembered for how he lived.
The real fix is correcting daily habits.
Larte was known on social media as Nurse Solomon. His family tells me nursing was his calling. He spent his own time making online videos to give free medical advice.
Larte is not just a headline. What Larte was doing online wasn't for financial reasons. It was his passion. So we want his legacy to still live on.
The loss leaves a void that can't be filled.
He was scared about guns and all that, and for him to die of gun violence, that's sad, and that's really tough for us.
The family is grateful to police for the quick arrest.
Should be in jail for the rest of his life so that he doesn't come out to kill another person.
The family tells me the 33-year-old had planned to become a doctor. He leaves behind an 11-year-old daughter in Ghana, the country he immigrated from years ago in search of a better life. The family has started an online fundraiser to help bring his daughter and his father here to the U.S. and to help pay for funeral expenses. Amber Lee, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
A mother grieving her son's murder thought she had closure when the shooter was sentenced to life without parole. Except the killer was released, and on top of that, police gave the mom the suspect's phone when they thought it was her son's phone. Fox Files investigator Chris Hayes sorts this all out.
Mary Key's son was shot and killed here in Wellston in 2015, and since then, the killer's been caught and released. Keys thought getting her son's belongings from police would help her heal, except she says she got the killer's phone.
I feel like my grandson got cheated again.
Key's grandson was about to turn 2 when his dad, Timothy Gunter, was shot and killed in 2015. Gunter's murder was solved by a major case and got a conviction, life without parole for Gunter's killer.
Word of mouth in the streets was like he was getting out. And I'm like, getting out?
Because Brandon Tate's conviction was vacated when a judge ruled a witness had been improperly excluded from trial in 2017.
We could do a retrial, but most of the witnesses are probably lost. We probably can't find them.
So instead, Wesley Bell's office got Tate to plead guilty to the murder.
I believe he had already did 85% of his time, so he will be released.
It did mean Mom could finally get her son's belongings from the North County Police Cooperative.
I was trying to get the photos and videos of my son and my grandson. I'd been promising my grandson that he would get the phones.
She was surprised to see this phone power on and without a required passcode. Then she realized it was not her son's phone, it's the killer's.
The whole conversations was about what happened at night.
Conversations while on the run from police.
They done been to my mama house. They done been to my stepmama house. They got my little sister down at the police station.
North County Police Cooperative's Detective Sergeant Ben Santoyo pulled no punches.
It was heart-wrenching to find out that such a thing had happened and such a grave oversight.
He said they'll be looking into what happened and how to prevent a repeat.
Our sympathies are with the survivors because they are the voice, right? And they're carrying on, and there's a lot of sentimental attachments to properties, and it's very common for survivors to seek the personal effects.
Now for how Keys will find healing with her grandson, who still wants to learn about his dad. She says her son's killer is in trouble again.
I mean, he's back in jail. He's not back in jail for my son.
For the Fox Files, I'm Chris Hayes.
Say elevated every part of Chemistry Steakhouse here in Hyde Park and so many other Chicago restaurants where his legacy will live on.
You should have known him. Like, Isaac was a treat, man. Whether it was personally, professionally, like, it's like he had something for everyone. You know, something to offer every room.
Inside Hyde Park's Chemistry Steakhouse, Chef Isaac Bradley's sister, Rena, and some of his closest friends leaning on one another, wishing Chef Wavy, as he was affectionately called, was standing beside them. There are 5 siblings, 4 of you now. What's the void that is left with him not physically being here anymore?
It's a huge void. It's a huge void.
Along with his creativity in the kitchen, Chef Wavy loved to give back by cutting hair. Just after wrapping up a haircut, he was one of several victims shot early Friday morning in his childhood neighborhood back of the yards. The 42-year-old chef was one of 2 men who lost their lives. Isaac leaves behind a big family, including a son.
Shouldn't happen to anyone, but it shouldn't happen to Isaac.
Like Cordon Bleu trained, Chef Isaac co-owned Chemistry and Stussy's Diner. His influence also impacts dozens of other restaurants, where he was known to raise the bar to create memorable experiences.
You know what I mean? We want to bring back the essence of people eating together.
Chef Wavy also shared his culinary talents.
Beautiful steak here.
Yeah. In the WGN studio.
Over 10 million people have raved about his food. Over the last 100 black-owned restaurants that popped up in Chicago, at least 90 of them he had his hands in helping.
Just before his death, Isaac was ready to launch his recipes into Meijer stores with his line of soul rolls and Wavy's soul sauce.
But the co-packers, they have all of his stuff together, the recipes, so we're going to see that through for him, as well as all of the things that he has his hands on.
More than a business partner, Dahlia Beckett says Isaac was like a brother.
He was really an amazing person. Like, he had the best heart. I don't think I've ever heard Wavy say anything negative. He's always uplifting people.
He was one of the greatest and most positive people I knew who just, poured into everyone.
Isaac, you are missed. You are loved.
While memorial services for Chef Bradley are still in the works, his family and friends say they're planning a Wavy Day to celebrate his life and legacy on his birthday, July the 4th. Reporting in Hyde Park, I'm Jewel Hillary, WGN News.
I'd like to know where these protesters are every day in Chicago when you have thousands over the years of black men killing other black men. Where are they calling for justice in those cases? They're not. And so they're trying to monetize the tragedy of one boy killing another boy. If this was two white dudes getting in a fight and one died, or two black dudes, this wouldn't even been on your channel or any other news channel.